Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough. Today we're going to be looking at another ride that's been on my review bucket list for quite some time, that being Primeval Whirl. Primeval Whirl was opened for Animal Kingdom in 2002. The ride was made to be a steel wild mouse, meaning that the ride would involve a ton of vehicle whipping along a track that would also incorporate speed. So it's like the spinning teacups set to a track similar to Space Mountain. So let's just see how this one pans out. This is Primeval Whirl. So you enter the ride and you're greeted by walls of cartoon scientists establishing the theming of the ride itself. The coaster is supposed to be a time machine sending the riders throughout the dinosaur era. After all, the coaster is established in the Dino Land USA part of the park. Maybe it's just me, now I'm picturing this for the rest of the ride. I also like to theorize that this ride was built by the team of Dr. Evil. I mean, come on, it looks like the Time Machine from the Austin Powers sequels.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to travel through time. I bid you adieu.
So that's why as you're lifted up the track, you see these clock lightning lasers, and all throughout the ride, you see these scattered dinosaurs running around. I especially like this guy who's holding up a sign that says, "The end is near." I mean, he's technically right, since the dinosaurs were wiped out by the meteors. As the coaster goes along the track, the vehicles that hold 4 or 5 people or so spins all around. Now, from the footage that's shown, the spins seem very jolty and sudden. It's not free range like the ladybug spinners from Bugs Land. No, the ride just jolts from side to side. Now, imagine that mixed in with the speeding along the track. And get this, this ride goes 29 miles per hour. Space Mountain, in contrast, goes 28 miles per hour. And that's pretty much the whole ride. A roller coaster that goes around these mock-ups of the time machine setup and these cartoon dinosaurs. All until eventually it stops and you get off the ride. That was Primeval Whirl, and it's better than a Bugs Land, but I'm still pretty mixed on the whole thing. The theme of the ride can come off a little tacky, but I think the designs are unique enough to hold its own. While it is an interesting concept to have rotating vehicles speed along a track, I have seen and been on Wild Mouse rides that were a lot better than this. The concept itself is decently executed with the scientists and dinosaurs motif all throughout, although I couldn't help but be reminded about that underrated Back to the Future ride at Universal. That was a genuinely badass ride that did the whole speeding time travel thing too. And even comparing it to another dinosaur-themed ride that I've reviewed before, yeah, this thing didn't stand a chance against Jurassic Park the ride. Even if that thing did get stilted replacements over the years with its animatronics. I mean, it's still better than the cardboard cutouts this ride had. Although, I really hope to God that Jurassic World ride's good. On the plus side, this ride is more interesting than some of the other weaker theme park things I've reviewed before, which is why it lasted longer than something like Bugs Land or Superstar Limo. I also didn't feel the obnoxious factor with this, like something like It's a Small World. Like, thank God they didn't have some kind of obnoxious song filled with dinosaur puns. While it's far from one of the worst rides I've ever reviewed, it's also one I really don't see myself clamoring to get back in line for, assuming I was at Animal Kingdom anyway. Well, next time we're going to be looking at another old face from the Media Wiz library, Amy's Baking Company. But thankfully I'll be having some help with that one. Good old Shannon from Shannon Reviews and Patrick Alexander from that other song and The Rick Effect. Until then, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough.
Roll back the rock to the dawn of time, when the earth was smoking and the lava flowed. Roll back the rock to the dawn of time, blow your cool just like a volcano. Snap your fingers and stomp your feet, soaking up a little of the jungle beat. Roll back the rock to the dawn of time, sing this song with me. Roll back the rock, turn back the clock. Roll back the rock to the dawn of time, sing this song with me.